After more than 5 years, GRRP finally got its answer from Guam EPA, and the answer was no.
After many months of review of this application and looking at the public comments, we made the decision yesterday that the permit application was not adequate, and therefore the permit application was denied.
GRP spokeswoman Tammy Jo Anderson Taft said that it took a long time for GRP to reach its decision on GRRP's application because the process is highly technical, and it also required a review of all the public input.
This is a long legal and technical review process, and these applications are very technical, and we wanted to make sure that we went through it thoroughly and reviewed the public comments and reviewed the substantial comments that we received regarding this application.
In particular, GRP's denial letter cites GRRP's inability to prove it has the financial resources to build and manage the project. They have not produced the actual proof, states the rejection letter. GRP cannot rely on the tipping fees for the initial payments because the tipping fees won't be collected until after the facility opens. The land GRP was proposing to put their waste facility on is Chamorro Land Trust property, and that's another problem, says the rejection letter, because the Chamorro Land Trust bars leases beyond 25 years. Therefore, the rejection letter states, GRRP won't have legal access to the land under the CLTC license, making it legally impossible for GRRP to fulfill the required 30-year post-closure requirement. And finally, the problem of leachate, the runoff from the proposed landfill, would threaten a nearby marsh area. GRP was not convinced GRRP's leachate management system was sufficient.
Is that the administrator was not convinced that the leachate plan that it was included in the application was sufficient to prevent overflow of leachate out of the cell or out of the retention pond. So the leachate plan was one thing identified in the letter as reasoning for the decision.
Taft also said that GRRP has the right to resubmit a new application, but it's not clear if they will. GRRP spokesman David Sablon has not returned a number of calls for comment. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.